Hi Gemini, welcome to your monthly reading for November 2023. If you would like to book a personal reading to get your own specific individual message, then please go to the description box below the video for the information there. You can either do it by sending me an email or you can go to my Etsy shop. To be honest, Etsy is the easiest way to book a reading and there are discounts on all of the readings there as well. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video, and as usual you're welcome to subscribe to the channel too. So the books you can see here in front of you are from the Oracle decks that I'm going to be using for today's reading. So as you know, we're in Scorpio season with it being November, so most of November is Scorpio season. This Myths and Mermaids deck, I actually really wanted to use this for the most recent weekly check-ins that I did. But something was holding me back as much as I wanted to use it. So I said, okay, I'll save it for November instead. And then it clicked that it's Oracle of the Water, which Scorpio is a water sign, isn't it? Scorpio is also known for being very deep, for mysteries, birth, death, transformation. So that's why I chose the Heal Yourself reading cards as well, because they go deep. It's also, that sort of stuff is also very spiritual. So that's why I chose the Angels and Ancestors deck, as I thought it would be a nice accompaniment to the other decks for this season as well. So let's get into your reading. We're going to start off with a Heal Yourself card first of all. And I just shifted the camera, didn't I? I just pushed the tripod, but oh well. So let's get a Heal Yourself card, and that will be like your main theme for November, or a main theme for November. So what does Gemini need to know for November 2023? What does Gemini, not November, what does Gemini need to know for November 2023? What's their main theme? I swear every deck and every reading I've had so far, it's been a struggle to get the cards out. There we go. We have Entrapment. So what else do you need to know? We're going to get one from the Angels and Ancestors deck as well. So what else does Gemini need to know for November 2023? Anything else that Gemini needs to know for November 2023? Okay, that one was nice and easy, that flowed. You have Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. So I'm going to read both of these. The messages aren't excessively long, so it's quite easy to take in. It says you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. You have drawn this card because it is time for a shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need and desire, you need a system, daily discipline and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates and the bank's fall. So those are the examples of what leaves you feeling powerless. The system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements and form relationships with like-minded people. So there are some tips to help feel more empowered and take control of your life. So we'll also look at the Angels and Ancestors card as well, the Water Guardian, connect with your emotions card. It says, take time to understand how you really feel. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand messages directly from your soul. The extended message says, your angels want you to know that it's okay to feel the emotions that are surfacing in you at this time. It doesn't matter if they are joyous or sad, they are all powerful messengers that allow you to understand what you want and need. Taking time to breathe and acknowledge them lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. Note that there are also intuitive or psychic messages arising in you at this time, and unless you acknowledge everything as it comes up, you may miss important guidance that can lead you to support and love. So the question that's coming to my mind intuitively? Is there anything you're frustrated about in life at present? That's the question that's coming to mind. Anything in particular, anything at all, even if you think it's really minuscule, insignificant, is there anything at all that you're feeling frustrated about or that makes you feel frustrated? Right, we're also going to get your theme now from the tarot deck. So what is Gemini's theme from the tarot deck, please, for November? What's Gemini's theme for November? That was nice and easy. We've got the star. Okay, and the star can be connected to emotions as well, can't it? Let's look at your energy specifically. What is Gemini's energy specifically? That was quick. We've got the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Okay. I was just mentally asking myself, is that a yes? Are those right? Because sometimes they'll I had a lot of problems with the other readings where cards were coming out and it took about 3 or 4 attempts just to get a card out because it just felt like no every time it came out. Right, let's get any external or surrounding energies for you. That's a definite no because they're like 5 cards out. Any external or surrounding energies for Gemini, please. That's still too... Okay, I take it back. You're having the same problem as everybody else. It's because too many are coming out at the same time. So, I don't know. I think it's Scorpio season. It's uncovering a lot. Right, there we go. 5 of Wands. Any past energies relating to this? You've got the Empress. I'm getting a strong no on that one, so okay, try again. Any past energies relating to this? Won't it be funny if she comes back out after I said it was a strong no? Right, you have the High Priestess, okay. See that I'm feeling a connection between the Star and the High Priestess with that Water Guardian card. Present or current energies, please. If they'll come out, present or current, okay. So the fact that that landed on top of that suggests that you might be suppressing an emotion of some sort. Okay, we'll get back to that later on though. Your potential future energy, please. The 2 of Wands. And let's get your guidance. 9 of Pentacles, okay. So let's start to clarify. So you've got the Star as your main energy, but I'm not sure what that means yet. So let's clarify it. Why is the Star here for Gemini, please, for November? What does it mean for Gemini? You know what song is coming in my head? That oh God, who's the artist? Gwen, is it Gwen Dickey or something? Wishing on a Star. And I know it's literally the star, but the star comes out all the time when I do readings, and I've never had the song come into my head. I'm wishing on a star. Okay. Right, okay. Anything else for the Star? It's literally replaying in my head. It's like a record on repeat now. So you've got the 3 of Cups and the Magician. The words better connections are coming, better connection or better connections are playing in my head as well. Anything else? Temperance is a card of connection for me. I mean, yes, it can be about harmony, balance, that sort of thing, but it's about connection for me as well. And the 3 of Cups is connections with others. It's like social groups, community, friends. Can be about celebration too. Anything else? We've got the Queen of Cups and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So Queen of Cups that's all about your emotions, isn't it? Right, so I'm still not certain what the Star means yet. What do I want to look at first? 3 of Cups. Let's see if there's anything to expand on that 3 of Cups. Okay. I'll take that. I'm going to put these back. I was going to say that something that's come into my head is, are you wanting to change your social groups or expand your social groups, or something about socializing? Do you not feel that you connect with people the way you want to? Do you not feel like you have close friends or friends that match you, or something about friends potentially? Do you not feel you have friends that that you can share your abundance with? So one way of looking at that is, whatever path you are on in life. Okay, I'll use the example of spirituality because that's the easy way to explain what I'm thinking. Say you are on a specific spiritual path, but you don't have many people around you that you know personally that are into the same thing as you. So that could end up leaving you feeling a bit isolated. It could end up leaving you feeling frustrated as well, because it's like you haven't got those people to share that with. And that for you, your sense of spirituality and how you live your life in that way, that can be like feel like abundance to you, can't it? But if you're alone in that, then you're not able to share it, are you? Because as I say, Three of Cups, it's about friends, community, that sort of thing. You've got the Six of Pentacles clarifying it, and that is a card of sharing and giving and receiving. And then Ten of Pentacles, yes, it can be about legacy. It is about abundance and prosperity, but it's often shared. I mean, in this particular deck, which is the Gilded Tarot, it's just a box of money, isn't it? But in all the other cards, it's usually like a family. Yeah, it's usually like a family, generations of families, and it's shared abundance and prosperity, isn't it? So is there something where you're feeling like you lack the kinds of connections that you want in life, whether it's friendship? I'd say more so friendship, to be honest, but could be like romantic as well. But it's giving more of just a general friendship type community vibe. Do you feel like the I don't want to say the black sheep, that's probably a bit more dramatic than what I'm thinking, but like the odd one out or something? Let's get a little bit more for that Three of Cups. And if you have felt that way, is that an emotion that you've pushed down? I mean, maybe you are someone who is successful financially, and you're stable, but maybe you feel a bit lonely in a way, or maybe you do have friends or social groups that you're involved in, but you just lack connection. Like you don't feel like it matches you. I'm getting an image in my head. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's this meme of this little kid, this little black boy, and he's at a I don't even know what it is. It's not a rave. It's like an outdoor, it could be like, it's like an outdoor rave or something, and there's people dancing all around him to, like, I don't know if it's techno or whatever kind of music, and he's just standing there in the middle of all these people, like they're really on a high, really into the music, enjoying it, dancing to this techno music, doing all sorts of dramatic moves and everything, and he's just standing there looking around like, what the hell, like he's either they're aliens or he's an alien. And that's what's coming into my head thinking about this or looking at this. Let's let's have a look at that Three of Cups. And this may not just be about friends, it could be in work even. Like, say if you work in a certain organization and you feel like you're like an alien, or everybody else is an alien in your workplace. Either way, there's just like a massive difference where you feel like the odd one out. Families as well, it can happen in families where you just feel like, how the hell was I born into this? And it's not that there's anything wrong with the people, it's just that you completely don't relate to it. But it could be in anything. So we had the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, Six of Cups, and the Five of Cups. And for some reason I feel like I've put the cards, like the Six of Cups feels like it's in the right place. I don't know if the Five of Cups should be there and the Chariot should be there. I'm not sure. I'll leave it as it is, but I'm not sure. But either way, it feels like there's potentially some kind of disconnect in terms of connections with people, if that makes sense. And maybe that's grown over time, like we outgrow people sometimes, or situations. This card for me can sometimes be a card of regret. There may be something here as well about not being happy about the path that you've pursued in life. That's something that I'm getting to. Right. It feels like you're wishing for something different either way, whether it is about your family, relationships. I mean, you can't change your family actually, but something about the connections in your life or the things that you're connected to, whether it is the path you've chosen, the career path you've chosen, the lifestyle you've chosen, the beliefs, religious or spiritual beliefs you've followed. Just something here. What else do I even want to look at? I'm not sure. I'll look at the Magician just because I'm not sure. Right, so you've got the Eight of Pentacles there. Change. The Wheel of Fortune is about change, isn't it? So with the Magician here, that feels like, it's like, it feels like there's a lot of the wishing energy here. So the Three of Cups would be sort of wishing for different types of connections, or stronger, more what's the word? My mind has gone blank. Authentic, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I guess it is authentic, genuine connections with people. The Magician is like wishing that you had the power to work on the things that you want to work on, and put the effort into the things you want to put the effort into. There's something else as well, not just the power, that using your capabilities and your abilities in the way that you want to. Wishing for that, wishing to change that. So again, if you were in a career path that you wish you'd done something completely different, that's there too. And then you've got the Queen of Swords, which is about your truth. So that you wish you'd known your truth sooner, or followed your truth sooner, or something to that effect. And then the Empress is creative energy, isn't it? Where you may wish that you've created something different, like a different life altogether, to be honest. And the Six of Wands speaks of acknowledgement. So like maybe you wish you'd acknowledged something sooner. I'm going to look at Temperance and then I will move on, because I know I've spent a very long time on this, but I'm going to try that again. That was like 10 cards. Feels slightly baffling, but why are so many cards coming out? So the Temperance card, please. I mean, as I said, that is connection, that's harmony. Yeah, maybe you wish that you'd taken more risks in life to create whatever it is you want to create. And then you get the Star again. Like you wish you'd followed your dreams more, or had dreams to follow or something. So the Hierophant there for me with that Two of Pentacles, that's like the status quo. Like where you may have just gone along with what you felt was the right thing to do according to society's rules, and you've done what you had to do, you've juggled what you had to juggle, but where's the emotion? There's the emotion. That's what what you would want to feel fulfilled, and your wishes, but you may have just gone along with the rules and sort of felt like, well, why didn't I think about what my dreams are, instead of just dealing with the day-to-day. And that can be a form of entrapment. I mean, let me go back to the book 1 second. It says, I think it does mention a reference to following the status quo, or unless I'm imagining that. Okay, it doesn't say the status quo, but it says you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. So it speaks of blaming outside influences like the government, abusive background, interest rate, the bank's fall. So that government thing in there, that's coming to mind. It's like where you become trapped in the system, of course, the system. We talk about the system all the time, don't we? It's where you've just sort of followed the rules, done what you had to do, paid the bills, done etc. But you may be sort of wishing that things were different, or even if it was just about family, that you've just gone along with what your family wants. You've never really considered what it is that you want and who you are. Or you have, and it's just that you haven't gone along with it. You've just gone along with what your family wants instead. So I'm going to put all these back, and sorry, it's going to take me a while, but just trying to get to grips. And that could be where the connect with your emotions comes in. It's like, what do you actually want? You know, what did you want? What have you wanted? If you're feeling trapped now and frustrated about anything, have you actually thought about what it is that you want, or honored what you want? Or is it just you've got along with whatever you've had to do to just survive, basically, and just get on with life? But there's a lot of wishing energy here of, I mean, often I speak of the star of being about hope and healing, that sort of energy, but here it feels like wishing. It really feels like wishing. So let's put these back, which may take me a few minutes because there are lots of them. So we're going to move on to looking at your energy next, which is the Four of Wands and the Ten of Swords. And the Four of Wands for me, it's after, I mean, it did almost feel like a card of community when I was looking at it before. But it's like you have a foundation. You probably already have a successful and solid foundation. But then you've got the Ten of Swords. So, okay, we'll look at it. We'll have a look. We'll do the clarifiers and then I'll see what comes out for that. So Four of Wands, Ten of Swords as Gemini's energy. Oh, it's like you feel a bit tired of it. Okay, anything else? So we've got the Lovers there, we've got the Two of Swords. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm getting a funny thought with the cards that have come out now. Okay, so for anyone that watches Family Guy, I actually really like Family Guy. There's one episode and I can't remember the characters. There's a character that comes in. I don't even remember how this happens, but some woman is living in the home with the Griffins. I can't remember her name actually. And she sort of, it's like a single white female thing where she starts dressing like Lois, dyes her hair. I think she ends up trying to marry Peter or something like that. And then in the end, this woman gets caught out. They realise that she's a psychopath and she's trying to do a single white female. And she gets locked up and Lois goes and visits her in prison. And in prison, this woman gets to do things that I think Lois would enjoy doing. So when she's having to leave, when the prison session finishes, the visitation session finishes, Lois starts whining and sort of saying, I want to switch, because she wants to swap places with this woman because the woman's life in prison seems more satisfying than Lois's life with Peter and the kids and that. And this is what these cards have just made me think of, that I want to switch energy. It's like, I mean, it may not be that you have someone specific in your life that you want to switch lives with, but it's almost like you want something different. But I'm just hearing that I want to switch in my head for some strange reason. Let's see if there's anything else that comes out for that. So we've got the Queen of Swords there, and let's get one more after that Queen of Swords. Oh, that's too many. That's like 6 cards. I mean, first of all, with the Four of Swords, I'm just getting a sense of, I'm just bored. I'm just fed up with this. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm just, yeah, complacency maybe, just sort of, I don't know, you know, and you just, if you've ever been in a situation like where you come home from work, you don't absolutely hate your job, but you just come home and you lie on your bed and you're just like, oh, meh, that kind of energy, if that makes sense. I'll get one more after that. Because sometimes boredom can be tiring, can't it? I know that sounds weird, but try that again. I have experienced that where boredom becomes tiring and you just lose your energy, you lose your spark because you're bored. Anything else? Nope, nothing else. We'll try again. Yep, there we go. So there's yeah, you've got the Empress there, which is like, again, I said it's like a creative energy. It's a desire to birth something new, to grow something and create something new. So I think I'll look at the Two of Swords. The Lovers, it's like, it's sort of contemplating, what do I actually love? So you may be thinking to yourself, what do I actually love? What do I feel passionately about? What is it that I want to do? What is my truth with the Queen of Swords? You might not know. Let's look at the Two of Swords here. I think it's about discovering that. Because you've got the Ace of Cups, so that would be where you're considering what is fulfilling to me, what do I want to put my efforts into, what do I want to work on. Three of Pentacles can be about collaboration, so like who do I want to work with on this, who do I want to spend my time and energy with. And then Hanged Man is like where you look at the perspectives, isn't it, where you contemplate your beliefs. You're thinking to yourself, what's going on, what is this about, what can I do, what do I need to do. Let's look at the Lovers. Let's look at the Lovers. Okay, I wasn't going to take it, but I think I will now, right? What else is coming after that Devil? That's like a bit of a blockage, isn't it? Yeah, that's a blockage. I don't know how, but it's some sort of, the word resistance is coming to mind, but I don't even think it's resistance. It's just sort of a blockage to you going towards whatever it is that you would love, whether it means that you just don't know. It could be a mental block, as in I actually don't know, or that you kind of have an idea but there's something holding you back from going towards it. Try that again. That's a blockage, isn't it? So it just looks like you're completely blocked, to be honest. You may actually not even know what you want, and I think to do that you would need to connect with your emotions. What makes you feel excited? What do you spend your time doing? I know when I began doing tarot, or when I fully acknowledged that I wanted to do more with tarot, it's like I was doing it for years. It was a part of my day-to-day life, but I never would have considered doing anything more with it than just using it for myself. And then I realized, actually, this is something I give a lot of my time and energy to without even thinking about it. Like if I'm not watching somebody else's tarot video, I'm doing tarot for myself, or I'm doing it for a friend or family, or I'm reading about it or something. Like it was a big part of my life, but for some reason it didn't click that, oh, actually, I could try to use this to help other people. So it's whatever it is in your life that's part of your everyday life that you really enjoy, that feels very natural to you. Think about that. How does that make you feel? So yeah, there's a blockage here. Let's get one more. There's a blockage that is disrupting the connection between you and what you love. Whether it's a path, or whether it's to do with people and connecting with people. You've got the Seven of Wands there. That could be I did say resistance at first, and then I said, oh, I'm not sure if it's resistance. But there is a bit of resistance here, potentially. Eight of Cups for me, as you may know, it's the card of leaving something behind to go towards the the ninth cup, sorry. Is there anything that you have to leave behind? Like, say if it was a friendship group type thing, do you have to leave a social group or friendship group or whatever to go and explore? I'm getting explorer vibes, to explore what it is that that would give you that sense of fulfillment. Do you feel that you have to defend yourself against other people in like, say if you had to leave people behind, and it doesn't mean literally like you cut them off forever, but like, say if it was a family thing, say if you're someone who lives with your family and everything in your life is all about them and it's based around them and what they want to do and what's best for the family, do you feel like if you tried to go off, say if you decided to go off traveling and find out what's for you out in the world, do you feel that you'd have to defend that decision, where your family would be like, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? You're going to abandon all of us, that kind of energy. And it's like, well, no, I just want to kind of go off in the world on my own and figure out who I am and what I love. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. Is there anything else I want to look at here? I will look at that Queen of Swords quickly, and then I'll leave it because I know I'm spending a lot of time on this. So Queen of Swords. That's your truth. That's the spark is there. That's the spark that's there. But what is it for? You'll know that. Could be a creative element. We've had quite a few cards to do with creativity. King of Swords, the Sun. I think this is where you sort of take where you'd need to, based on that truth, whatever it is that you have the spark for, this is where you express it. You express what it is, that the whatever that spark is, you express it. So if it is a certain path, then you express that. If you have any skills relating to that, then you use them to express what it is that you feel connected to, that you feel gives you satisfaction. There could be a communication element to it. Public speaking, for example, say if you were someone that kind of wished that you could do public speaking, or there was a particular subject that you are really excellent at, or you're very knowledgeable within, and you sort of like, oh, I really love this, but I don't know what to do with it. Maybe public speaking is the way to go. That's how you make the most out of your abilities. Could be in terms of communication with other people, where, again, going back to social or community groups where you may have felt like the odd one out. It's the spark is that you need to find like-minded people to be able to share and open up to and communicate with. Okay, I'll take these off and move on. But basically your energy looks like one of, you probably have a solid foundation already, but it's like you want something different. It feels like you want something different. What you already have, it's like you want to move on from that. It may feel like a cycle that's run its course, to be honest. Or a chapter that's run its course and it's like, okay, I've done all this, I've achieved all this is great, but what next? What now? I've done all this, but what next? It's like a dead end, isn't it? Where it's like there's nowhere else to grow from here. There needs to be something new brought into the mix to really make things, to progress, to make things develop, or just to create something new altogether. So we've got the Five of Wands there. Those are challenges. As I said, it could be opposition, like if there are family members or people who are interfering. Again, as I said, if it was something in work where you felt like the odd one out at work, that could be just being the odd one out. I mean, back to that reference of that kid that I said was standing around while those people are dancing. Imagine all these people having their whatever little battle here. I mean, it's not serious. They're just kind of messing about, aren't they? But imagine seeing that. These people look fine. They look comfortable with what they're doing. And then imagine being stood at the side watching that, looking like, what the hell are you people doing? Feeling like the odd one out. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. So that's external energy. So what is that Five of Wands, please? It's people that it's kind of like, is it people that you don't connect with or you don't relate to, whether you ever related to them or you've outgrown them, or just that you never connected with them in the first place. You were always on a completely different page. Is it people that you've never felt you could share your truth with? Have you felt like you've had to hide who you are, or just not? Maybe it's sometimes we can be in situations where it's not terrible, it doesn't feel terrible, but we haven't been able to grow in those situations because it's just all about the group and going along with the group. And then you get that Five of Wands there again. I mean, we've got Knight of Swords in reverse, so that's where you can't even express your truth. Justice, where things are just not going in your favour. There's a lack of fairness and balance for you. You've got the Five of Wands there. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a phone call at the minute, but I'm not going to be answering it because I don't know who it is. Anything else? So we've got the Five of Cups there. We've got, yeah, okay. So the Judgment card with the star, I'll put that separately. That's something where you're being called to something different, where you have a different, I don't want to say a different wish, but it's just where you want something different. You feel there's something else out there for you to explore, to discover. The Five of Cups feels like disappointment. I think I said regret at the beginning, or I've done quite a few readings where this has come up as regret this month. But it's like a sense of regret. Let's get something for that Five of Wands, and then I'll do the Five of Cups. So Five of Wands first. So I've got this, yeah, was it worth it? Was it worth it? The Seven of Pentacles, was it worth it? The world is like a desire to go into a different cycle or start a new chapter, because was that worth it, whatever that was? And it may have been disappointing, there may have been pain involved, but it just kind of feels more like regret. The regret might be that you just haven't explored more or pursued your own path, but there's a definite question here of, was it worth it? Let's look at the Five of Cups. Try that again. So the was it worth it question would be, again, if you'd followed a certain path or career path or just path in general, was it worth it? If you'd been part of a particular community or social or friendship group for a very long time, and you may have even felt like you had an intuitive feeling that you wanted to leave, but you never left it because you just felt like, oh, well, this is just what I know, this is what I've always known, and you've stuck with it. And there may be a sense of regret there, thinking, why didn't I try to expand my horizons and explore different things instead of just sticking with this one thing? Let's see why that Five of Cups is there. Why is the Five of Cups there? You may have given in the wrong place. You may feel like you've given your energy and your time to the wrong place or thing or situation. I feel like I'm going to call this reading I Want to Switch. I know that sounds a bit mad, but yeah. Yeah, regret that you may have never pursued a passion or discovered what your passion actually is, because you were too focused on giving elsewhere, potentially to other people, to other situations. And it's not a bad thing, because it's a card, Six of Pentacles, it's a card of generosity, isn't it? He looks quite satisfied there where he's been giving, but maybe it's not that you regret giving altogether. It's just the amount of time you spent giving, or the amount you've given elsewhere, when it's like, well, I could have spent some of that time, you know, thinking about what I actually want and what makes me, what feels like my spark. So I'm going to leave that there, actually. I think that's enough for that. So that's the Five of Wands. So the external energy, it's one where it's sort of making you wonder why you may have put so much effort and energy into something that wasn't 100% you, when you could have given your time, effort and energy to something else. And it may have felt like a struggle, actually, with that Five of Wands. You know, like if you try to fit in, you may have tried to fit in somewhere and it's always felt like a struggle, and then you may now regret sort of thinking, well, why did I put so much effort into that when I could have gone off and gone for something that really felt like it was more in alignment with me? So we've got the High Priestess here. So this could be where in the past, whether it's a week ago, a month ago, whatever, where you sort of got a feeling of something's not right here. Something doesn't feel quite right, but let's see. So we've got the Six of Pentacles again. Almost hit the candle, and with that big candle it probably would have set on fire. Yeah, that's a feeling of something doesn't feel right, isn't it? So wherever you were giving your time, effort and energy, whether it was people or a situation, this High Priestess, for me, it's where you feel like something's not right with this. It doesn't quite feel like my truth or match my beliefs or feel like it's in alignment with me. Something about it feels off. I'm going to try that again. They keep going in my lap for some reason. Right, there we go. So yeah, something doesn't feel right. Three of Swords. Six of Cups. It's maybe something that you've been doing for quite a long time with that Six of Cups, or it may be, it's just one of those things where it's from childhood, so you continue with it, don't you? Again, the friendship would be an example, like childhood friends, where you have the same friendship group from childhood and you never deviate, and then one day you're like, actually, I don't even feel like I belong with these people anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but there's just, we don't relate anymore. I mean, actually, Three of Swords can be a disconnect, can't it? Like a separation. And it doesn't necessarily mean physical. It can be a mental separation where in your brain it's like, actually, I feel mentally detached from them now. So do we get one more? Yeah, we'll get one more. Seven of Swords. It may feel like it's a lie to you now, like you kind of live in a lie. I'll get something to go into that Seven of Swords, and then I'll move on from that. And sometimes, yeah, I was going to say, sometimes this for me is an escape plan as well. And then you've got the Chariot, that's like moving away. It can be movement as well. So it's like wanting to escape from that. Okay, so I'll put that back. So I think this is where the light bulb moment came in, where you may have thought to yourself, actually, something's not right. I want something different. So we've got the Four of Pentacles here, and this is probably more about fear. So as I said up here, it looks like you probably already have a solid foundation, and this would be where you hold on to that solid foundation, what you already have, what you've already built, because of fear of moving forward into something different, of exploring the unknown, and that's that entrapment feeling, isn't it? So anything else with the Four of Pentacles? The Tower, okay. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, okay. You could actually be wishing, and this has happened, I think it happened in Capricorn's reading about 2 weeks ago, where I had to ask them, are you wishing for a tower? Because it was like they wanted something different. They wanted something to change in life, but they weren't making a move themselves. It was like they were kind of hoping and praying that something would come in and change it for them. And I can relate to that myself, where I've been in situations where I've been like literally praying and desperate. Like I've even prayed and said, I am desperate, please help me to get out of this situation. And all I had to do, and I know it sounds simple saying it, but all I had to do was make the decision to leave it, basically. And it sounds mad. You'd have to know the full story, which I'm not going to tell because it will take me hours to tell you the story. But it was basically like, it's almost like I was waiting for permission from someone, the universe, whoever, to release me from the situation. And it was like, no, you just have to say you want out. That's it. And it's not simple. It sounds simple, but it's not, because it took me months. And this has happened many times in my life, actually. This particular most recent situation, it took me several months to actually get the courage to just end it. To say, actually, I've been saying I want to leave for several months. I'm going to leave the situation right now because I've had enough. But I was kind of praying that something would come in and, you know, switch it up for me, but it didn't happen. So I had to take action myself. So you may be wishing for this tower, but so that you can it can free you, because that feels like freedom, isn't it? Free to go off and pursue whatever it is that your heart wants, or to at least explore and discover what your heart wants. So let's get one more. Courage. The Strength card is courage to change things. So let me get something for that tower. I think the tower's the only one I want to look at. Ooh. And I said, didn't I, about the unknown? It's like if there's a fear of the unknown, then it's like you're kind of hoping and praying that something else will come and change it for you. You may also have a fear of the unknown here, or you may fear a tower. That may be another side of looking at things, because if a tower comes, then you have to face the unknown. So those are two ways of looking at the situation. And then you've got the Ten of Cups, the Two of Wands. Okay, so as I said, there are two aspects to this. You may want a tower to come in and change things for you, so that then you can go and discover what makes you happy and you can choose your path. Or you may fear the tower, because then you do have to face the unknown, and it's like you have to then discover, again, you still have to discover for yourself what will make you happy, and what the path is that you want to pursue. So in the present energy, it's like you're probably holding on, but you may be wishing or fearing fearing change, wishing for change probably, but fearing it too. It can be both, actually, because duality is a thing, isn't it? It might be a bit of both, because I did say fear. So fear and probably hoping for the tower to come in at the same time. So I'm going to put these on top of here, actually. Two of Wands, right. This is your potential future energy. And I've been saying to all of the signs that this potential future energy, yes, it could be what's potentially going to happen, because the future is not set in stone. We have free will. But recently for me, it's been more about, it's like a heads up, what to prepare for, how you can move forward, what needs to be worked on, what's likely to happen based on what you're doing now. With the Two of Wands there, it says you have a choice. You have the choice to make. It's your decision. You get to choose your path. So I don't know why I've got the cards that way, but yeah. So, yep, Ace of Wands, you get to choose what your spark is, what you're passionate about. You're the one that gets to take the lead as the Emperor. With the Emperor there, it could be that you want to be your own boss. That's one thing that's coming up there. There's something about sexuality here as well. I don't know, it's because of that Ace of Wands, and I'm not making this up. The Ace of Wands can be connected to sexuality in tarot. So if you don't believe me, then check that out. But there could be something about sexuality here as well. I don't know if anybody, I've said, I don't know why I keep getting this about coming out of the closet. And I always say when it's coming out of the closet, it can be sexually, it can also be spiritually as well in terms of your beliefs or anything else where you feel like you're needing to come out of the closet, because it could be about your choice of career as well, couldn't it? Like say if you wanted to do something unconventional, like, I don't know, a clown or something like that, and you just think it's a very unconventional career, that could be considered coming out of the closet, especially if you've got a family who's really traditional and reserved, and like they're all business people or something, or very religious, and then you're like, yeah, I want to be a clown. That would that would kind of be coming out of the closet in a way. But yeah, that for the most part, it's about where you get to decide what you feel your passion is, and you take the lead and take control in pursuing that. Oops, anything else? Nope. Try that again. Yes. The Hanged Man. It's where you get you have the opportunity to look at the different perspectives and to make the decision yourself. You don't need anybody else's interference. I mean, you can ask for advice from someone that you trust or opinions, but ultimately it's you that makes the decision, no one else. No one else gets to tell you what to do or how to live your life. Why do they keep falling out like this? It's weird. Right, there we go. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You don't have to balance other people's opinions or things in your life that you don't want to do. You get to choose if you drop the balls. It's about your balance and what fulfills you. You shouldn't have to focus all of your attention on doing for other people. Yes, it's beautiful to be generous and helpful to others and that kind of thing, but sometimes you gotta put yourself first, especially if you've given too much elsewhere, sort of thinking, well, I don't even know who I am or what I want anymore because I've given all of my time and energy to other people. So anything else? That was interesting, the way they flew in opposite directions. So we've got the Ten of Cups. I'm intrigued to see what this is. It's face down at the minute, but okay. So that's simply just what you get to decide what will make you happy and to pursue it, and what feels valuable to you, what you want to invest in. And again, if you have been giving too much elsewhere and to other people, then you need to drop those balls and create more balance so that you can give to yourself as well. So we'll put these back. Okay, I can see that your reading may be the shortest one I've done for this month. I've said to all of the other signs, I think it could be Scorpio season. I mean, I fully acknowledge that I do long readings, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because I've said I can't do half-assed readings. I go all or nothing. I want to know everything I can to give you as much as I can from the reading, and so that you can make the best decisions for yourself. But yeah, factor that in with the fact that Scorpio season is Scorpios are about being deep, aren't they? So I think that's why the readings are probably extra long, but yours seems to be the shortest so far. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles as your advice. I mean, I would say there's an element of independence here. There's an element of liberation that comes up, and Nine of Pentacles as well. It can be the comfort zone, can't it? Where you have everything around you that you need. So you may have a solid foundation, but what do you want? Where's the emotional connection? What is it that gives you emotional fulfillment? Do you need to explore the world? Do you need to come out of the comfort zone? Let's see what's going to come out for that. If I can actually get the cards to shuffle. The deck's feeling rather sticky now. Anything else? Right. Oh, it's come back again. What else is out there for you to explore? I think that's the key here, is that you have to be willing to go out and explore. The King of Cups is, as we keep saying, is where he knows how he feels, but he's keeping it to himself. Are you keeping it to yourself that you want to go out and explore some other opportunity or opportunities? Do you need to open up about that and express it? And it doesn't mean you have to tell everybody your business, but you sort of owe it to yourself to honour those emotions and do something with it. So I think that's it, to be honest. I don't think there's much else to say about that. So the advice, as I said, the final bit of advice is, are you in a comfort zone? Do you need to go and explore more? Do you need to sort of exert your independence and feel more liberated and honour your emotions to pursue whatever opportunities you want to pursue, whether it's with different groups of people or particular situations? So I'll leave that there, Gemini. And I'll get you a final message from the Myths and Mermaids deck to wrap the reading up for you. So anything else that Gemini needs to know for the month of November, please? Anything else that Gemini needs to know for November? Okay, that kind of fell on my lap. I can never pronounce this. It says Hammered Dryad Lake, I think. So I'm going to put that there. And what is that? That is number 32. So this says, a vulnerable nymph rests herself beside a mystical lake. It is a beautiful, magical place, and she finds herself drawn into a false sense of security, not knowing of the deception waiting for her below the surface. And this message has come out quite a few times. So firstly, so it could be literal, but as I've said to the other signs, with oracle cards, a lot of the time it's metaphorical, or it's a case of applying it how it's relevant for you. It does feel relevant to me, but not necessarily literally. So it said the divination message says, beware deception and enchantment. So actually I will point out about that false sense of security that could be relevant here. And it's not it may not be literal as in that you falsely think that you're abundant or have a stable home or whatever. You probably do have that, but the false sense of security is where you may have grown up in a friendship group or whatever, or situation thinking, oh, this is fine, but then now you may have come to a realization that actually I want to explore the world. So that's where I speak of false sense of security, false emotional or social security. So a female with bad designs will seek to lead you astray when you are at your most vulnerable. She may be enchanting, but do not allow her to lure you down an improper path. Though you may feel defenseless, know that as long as you stay true to yourself, you will not be led astray. Keep your wits about you. The nefarious female in question may not be a stranger. She may be someone you already know whose goals are at odds with your own. Whether she is a trusted colleague, a long-time acquaintance, or a dazzling new friend, do not be deceived by the glamour of what she proposes. If a situation sounds too good to be true, trust your gut instinct. It is a deception. So yes, I would pay attention to that, but I would also bear in mind that this could be like, again, where I gave an example of family, for example, if family influence every decision you make, and it's like, well, it's enchantment, isn't it? It's like they're giving you a false sense of security, making you feel that you're safe and what they believe is right, but then you have your own mind and you're allowed to go off and explore, and that's just one example of that. So the antithesis of the message says, reflect on your influence over others. Although you may not realize it, you are being a negative influence on someone in your life. You are leading on a friend or lover or using a patron exclusively for your own gains. Reconsider how far you are willing to go to succeed or to get what you desire. That may or may not be relevant to someone. I think for the most part, I would say if you are going to go out and explore, which it looks like the cards recommend going out and exploring, whatever it is you want to explore, still use your discernment and be on guard. Because you have that whole grass is greener type situation where you can go off to explore to see if the grass is greener on the other side, but you have to be aware of snakes in the grass as well. That could potentially sort of be quite enchanting to you and make you feel like you're safer with them than where you were before. So I hope that actually makes sense to someone the way I've explained it. It's just sort of still being open, but being aware that just because a new opportunity looks new and sparkly, it doesn't mean that that it's genuine. I think that's the point, and I hope that actually makes sense. But anyway, I'm going to leave your message there. And it is actually probably the shortest message I've done so far. But thank you for watching the video if you're still with me. Again, if you want to book a personal reading, go to the description box below the video for information on that. And Etsy, again, is the easiest way, and there are discounts on all of the readings there. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video, and you're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. But until the next reading, take care.